This story is a dramatized fictional narrative created for entertainment and inspiration. While the characters are fictional, the emotions and lessons about love, trust, and kindness are universal and real. Like and subscribe for more videos. Now enjoy the story. The crystal chandeliers of the Grand Belmont Hotel sparkled like 1,000 stars as Alexander Pierce stood before the floor-to-ceiling windows of his penthouse suite. At 28, he had everything money could buy, a tech empire worth $500 million, luxury cars that could buy small islands, and a face that graced the covers of business magazines worldwide. His dark hair was perfectly styled, his custom Italian suit fit like a second skin, and his piercing blue eyes reflected both confidence and a deep, hidden pain. But tonight, those same eyes would see nothing at all. "Are you absolutely certain about this, Mr. Pierce?" Dr. Matthews adjusted his wire-rimmed glasses nervously, holding a small case containing specialized contact lenses. "These medical-grade lenses will make you completely blind for approximately 12 hours. "There are risks, I'm certain," Alexander interrupted, his jaw set with determination. His hand unconsciously touched the velvet box in his pocket, the one containing a 15-carat diamond ring that once belonged to his grandmother. "I need to know the truth before I propose. The truth." Such a simple word, yet it had haunted Alexander since his first million. How many people had loved him for who he truly was, and how many were captivated by the gleaming facade of wealth? His ex-girlfriend had sold their private photos to tabloids for $2 million. His college best friend had stolen his business idea. Even his own uncle had tried to manipulate him for inheritance rights. Then came Isabella Moretti. They had met 6 months ago at a charity gala where she worked as an event coordinator, while other women had thrown themselves at him, adorned in designer gowns and practiced smiles. Isabella had simply asked him if he was enjoying the hors d'oeuvres. She wore a simple black dress, her chestnut hair pulled back in an elegant bun, and when she smiled, her warm brown eyes crinkled at the corners with genuine joy. She didn't recognize him, not as Alexander Pierce, the tech mogul, but simply as a man standing alone in a crowded room. That night, he'd told her his name was Alex, that he worked in technology and kept the truth buried like a precious secret. For 3 glorious months, they dated like normal people. Coffee shop meetings, walks in the park, movie nights with takeout pizza. Isabella shared her dreams of opening a school for underprivileged children. She spoke about her immigrant parents who worked 3 jobs to send her to college. She was brilliant, compassionate, and beautifully unaware of his billions. Then reality crashed in. A tabloid photographer captured them together, and overnight, Isabella discovered who he really was. The look on her face, confusion, hurt, betrayal, still haunted his dreams. But she hadn't run. After a tearful conversation, she'd stayed, said she understood why he'd hidden the truth, claimed his wealth didn't matter. But Alexander needed to know for certain, 'cause tomorrow he planned to propose at the annual Rose Garden Gala in front of 300 guests, under the moonlight, with the world watching, and he couldn't bear another betrayal. "Insert the lenses, doctor." The next morning, Alexander woke to absolute darkness. His heart hammered as panic briefly seized him. This was really happening. He felt his way to his phone, called his driver Thomas, one of the few people in on the plan, and instructed him carefully. "Thomas, take me to Isabella's apartment. Tell her I was in a minor car accident last night. Nothing serious, just a temporary vision problem. The doctors say it should resolve in a day or 2. Tell her I need her help today." His voice cracked slightly on the last words. This was his Hail Mary, his final test before he placed his heart and his future in someone else's hands. Isabella's scream of concern when she opened her door nearly broke his resolve. "Alex, oh my God, what happened?" Her hands cupped his face, and he could smell her signature vanilla perfume mixed with the scent of the cinnamon rolls she must have been baking. "Thomas just told me about the accident. Why didn't you call me immediately? Are you in pain?" The genuine terror in her voice was a good sign, but Alexander steeled himself. The real test was just beginning. "I'm okay, Bella," he said softly, reaching for her voice in the darkness. "The doctors say my vision will return. I didn't want to be alone today. Will you help me? Tomorrow is the gala, and I have so much to prepare." Of course, my love. Let me just grab my bag. You're staying with me today. No arguments." The hours that followed were a revelation that shattered Alexander's heart, but not in the way he'd feared. Isabella guided him with infinite patience. When he stumbled over her apartment threshold, she caught him, laughing gently. "I've got you. I'll always catch you." When he accidentally knocked over her favorite ceramic vase, a gift from her late grandmother, she simply said, "It's just a thing. Alex, you're what matters." She made him breakfast, describing each item on his plate with such vivid detail that he could almost see them. "The eggs are golden yellow, cooked just how you like them, with a little bubble of butter still melting on top. The toast is that perfect shade of brown. And I cut it diagonally because you once mentioned that how your mom used to do it." He felt tears sting behind the contact lenses. She'd remembered such a small detail from a conversation months ago. "Bella," he asked carefully, "tomorrow is the gala, the one where I'm speaking. I need to prepare my speech, review the donation allocations. Could you help me with my laptop?" There was a pause. A long one. Alexander's heart sank. Here it comes, he thought. She suggests postponing, or worse, she tried to take control of his business affairs, Alex. Isabella's voice was tender but firm. "Baby, I think you need to rest. The gala can wait. You're always working, always pushing yourself. This accident is your body telling you to slow down. Let me take care of you today. The business will survive one day without you. You are not your work." Alexander's breath caught. She wasn't trying to access his business. She wasn't seeing this as an opportunity. She was seeing him as a person who needed care. But the donations will still be there tomorrow. "Alex, when are you going to realize that the world won't unfall apart if you take a moment to breathe? You're always so worried about everything and everyone else. Today, let me worry about you." The afternoon passed in a blur of small, profound moments. Isabella read to him from his favorite book, her voice soft and melodic. She guided him on a walk around her neighborhood, describing the blooming magnolia trees, the children playing in the park, the elderly couple holding hands on a bench. "Isn't it beautiful?" she whispered. "This simple, ordinary, beautiful life." When they returned to her apartment, she drew him a bath, making sure the temperature was perfect. While he soaked, she sang softly from the other room old Italian songs her grandmother taught her. "Bella," he called out. "Yes, my love. Tomorrow, if I could see again, what would you want me to see first?" Another pause. Then her answer came, achingly honest. "Your own face in the mirror. Because you never really look at yourself, Alex. You see the businessman, the mogul, the face on magazines. But I wish you could see what I see, a kind man with laugh lines around his eyes from the joy you try to hide. A strong man who carries the weight of so many people's dreams. A beautiful soul who still believes in making the world better, even when the world has been cruel to you." Alexander stood abruptly, water cascading from his body. "Bella, where are you?" In the kitchen. Why he followed her voice, stumbling slightly but determined. When he felt her presence, he dropped to one knee on her worn kitchen floor, pulling the velvet box from his pocket with shaking hands. "Alex, what are you, Isabella Moretti? I have been blind my entire life, blind to what really matters. Blind to what true love looks like. Blind to the difference between those who want something from me and those who simply want me." His voice broke, raw with emotion. "But you've shown me how to see. You've shown me that true kindness doesn't calculate cost. That real love serves without expectation. that genuine devotion cares for a person's soul, not their status. Alex, I don't understand. I can see you, Bella. Even in this darkness, I see you clearer than I've ever seen anyone. He opened the box. Will you marry me? Will you spend your life teaching me to see the world through your eyes? To find beauty in the simple moments? To choose love over everything else? He heard her sharp intake of breath, then felt her hands trembling as they cupped his face. You can see me. Her voice was thick with tears. You really see me. Every magnificent part of you. Then yes, yes, 1,000 times yes. As she slipped to her knees and kissed him, tears streaming down both their faces, Alexander made a decision. He reached up and carefully removed the contact lenses, blinking as his vision slowly returned. Hush. Isabella's face came into focus, beautiful, shocked, confused. Alex, your eyes, I needed to know, he confessed, holding her hands tightly. I needed to be certain that you loved me, not my wealth or my name. I've been hurt before, Bella. I've been used and betrayed, and I couldn't bear it again. So I tested you. I was wrong to doubt. He expected anger, rejection, hurt. Instead, Isabella's eyes filled with understanding and a touch of sadness. You've been hurt so much, haven't you? She touched his cheek gently. That you felt you needed to test whether you were worthy of love. But Alex, you were always worthy. Not because of your wealth or your success, but because of your heart. I fell in love with Alex, the man who spent 3 hours helping me find a lost dog in the park, who remembered my coffee order, who listened when I talked about my dreams. The money, the empire, the fame, those are just decorations on an already extraordinary person. Alexander pulled her close, breathing in her scent, feeling her heartbeat against his chest. I don't deserve you. Maybe not, she smiled through tears. But you're stuck with me now. That ring is absolutely staying on my finger. They laughed together, holding each other on that kitchen floor as the afternoon sun painted golden patterns through the window. And Alexander realized that for the first time in his life, he understood what it meant to be truly wealthy. True richness wasn't in bank accounts or business empires. It was in the warmth of a woman's embrace, in the certainty of her love, in the knowledge that someone chose you. Not for what you could give them, but for who you truly were. The next night, at the Rose Garden Gala, under a canopy of stars and surrounded by roses that perfumed the air with romance, Alexander proposed again, this time publicly, honestly, with no tests or pretense. And when Isabella said yes, the crowd erupted in applause. But all he could see, all he wanted to see, was her. The woman who taught a millionaire how to truly see.